Hello students, welcome to my channel iSmile Academy. Today we will be doing atoms and nuclei part 5. The first question: radioactive substances do not emit electron, helium, nucleus, positron and proton. So see, radioactive substance, they emit electrons, okay? They emit electrons. They also emit the helium nuclei, okay? They also emit positron, okay? So this in this case, this electron and positron is because of the called as beta decay, and this is because of alpha. Now regarding the proton, they do not emit proton. Radioactive substances do not emit proton, but they emit electron, helium nucleus as well as positron. Now let us see some theory part. Here you can see the diagram, okay? So I will just explain this diagram first, then we can continue further. So in case of this is the first one, alpha decay. There are various types of radioactive decay. The first is alpha decay. So whenever there is an alpha decay, okay, so what happens, the radioactive element, okay, which is unstable, it emits alpha, beta, gamma particles to become stable. So when it emits alpha particle, the atomic number, it decreases by 2, and the atomic mass number, it decreases by 4. And during the beta decay, okay, this is another decay, beta decay. When we have beta decay, the atomic number, it increases by 1, okay, it increases by 1, and there is no change in the atomic mass number. Then there is a gamma decay. Whenever there is a gamma decay, there is no change in the atomic mass number and no change in the atomic number. Apart from this, we also have positron emission. So whenever there is a positron emission, the atomic mass number does not changes, but atomic number, it decreases by 1. And when there is a electron capture, the atomic mass number does not changes, while atomic number decreases by 1, okay? So this is the theory part which we must know. So we will study some properties of alpha, beta and gamma radiations, which will be used in the further questions. So regarding the alpha radiation charge, so the charge of alpha is +2. For beta, the charge is -1, and gamma radiation, it is chargeless, there is no charge. Regarding the mass of alpha radiation is equivalent to a helium atom, and beta, it is electron, and gamma is a radiation, so there is no mass. Regarding the ionization power, alpha radiation is highly ionizing, it has a very high ionization power. Beta has low ionization power, and gamma, they have very low ionization power. Then regarding the penetration power, alpha radiation, it has a very low penetration power. Beta radiation is having 100 times the penetration power as compared to alpha rays, and gamma, they have a very high penetration power, they have 100 times that of beta rays. And luminescence, alpha radiations, they exhibit the properties of phosphorescence and fluorescence. Beta radiation, they only show phosphorescence, and gamma radiation, they only show phosphorescence. So this, next we come to question number 2. In a radioactive substance at T equal to 0, the number of atoms is 8 into 10 raised to 4. Its half-life period is 3 years. The number of atoms 1 into 10 raised to 4 will remain after interval. So we are given, first of all, n0 is given to us, okay? So I write it here, n0 is equal to 8 into 10 raised to 4. So this is the number of atoms, okay, when before the decay starts. So after some time, we get this is a 1 into 10 raised to 4, okay, and we have the half-life is 3 years. We need to find the value of t, after which n0, the value of n0, which is 8 into 10 raised to 4, becomes n equal to 1 into 10 raised to 4, okay? So we have a formula, okay, we'll write this formula here. So we have this n equal to n0 half raised to t upon t half. N is given, okay, n is 1 into 10 raised to 4, n0 is 8 into 10 raised to 4. Then I just write half. T we have to find, and T half is 3 years. Okay, so we just take this 8 here. So what we see, 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to 4 will get cancelled out. So what we have is 1 upon 8. 1 upon 8 is equal to 1 by 2 raised to T by 3. Now this 1 upon 8, okay, here we have 1 upon 2, so we will do some mathematical tricks so that we get equal, we get both here half. So 1 upon 2 can also be written as 1 upon 8 is as good as 1 upon 2 raised to 3. So here we write this 2, okay, raised to 3 is equal to half 2. Now here what happens, half, okay, so they cancel out. What we get is 3 is equal to T by 3. So it implies that T is 9 years. So answer is 9 years in this case. Okay, so we come to question number 3. The half-life period of radium is 1600 years, 1600 years. The fraction of a sample of radium that would remain after 6400 years would be. So we are given two things. One is we are given T half. Okay, so T half is given, which is equal to 1600 years, and we are also given T. Okay, so we need to find after 6400 years how much fraction is left. So we already know, we have used the formula. N is equal to n0 half raised to T upon T half. Now we are interested to find the fraction, so what we have is n. Okay, so n is n0 half. Now T is 6400 upon T half is 1600. So 16 ones are 16 fours are. So what we are left is n0 half. So this is 4. 6400 divided by 1600 is 4. So n0 1 upon 2. So 2 raised to 4 is 16. So this becomes 1 upon 16. Okay, n. So what we conclude is n is n0 upon 16. So this much fraction will be left. Okay, so this is the answer D. 1 by 16 is left after 6400 years. Next we come to question number 4. Which can pass through 20 centimeter thickness of steel, alpha particle, beta particles, gamma rays, or ultraviolet rays? So I'll just show you a diagram. In this diagram you can see the various penetration powers of different alpha, beta, gamma rays are given. Okay, so here you can see when alpha particles incident, beta and gamma, they are passing through a paper, aluminum and lead. So alpha particle, it is unable to cross the paper. Beta, it crosses the paper but it cannot cross the thin aluminum foil. Gamma rays can penetrate paper, thin aluminum foil, as well as a big sheet of lead. Okay, so here what we observe is gamma rays, they have more penetration power as compared to all the other rays. Even gamma rays are more powerful as compared to ultraviolet rays. So in this case gamma rays would be able to penetrate this 20 centimeter thickness of steel. So next we come to question number 5. The half-life period of radium is 1600 years. Its average lifetime will be. So we are given T half. Okay, I just write this T half. T half is given to us, which is equal to 1600 years. We need to find average. Let us denote this average lifetime by tau, the symbol tau. Okay, so we have a relation between tau and decay constant. So tau is given by 1 upon lambda, where lambda is the decay constant. Okay, so first what we do, we first calculate decay constant, and we have the relation between decay constant and t half. So lambda is given by, decay constant is given by 0.693 upon t half. Okay, now we substitute this lambda here in the case of t, in the case of tau. Okay, so tau is 1 upon lambda, so what we have, tau is equal to, tau would become equal to just reciprocal of lambda, so we just flip this equation. So we have, this is t half upon 0.693. okay, now t half, as we are given 1600 years, divided by 0.693. if we calculate this, we get 2308 around years. Okay, we get answer which is close to this. So the answer in this case is C, 2308 years. Next is question number 3. What percentage of original radioactive atoms is left after 5 half-lives? Okay. So we have this n, we have this relation n equal to n0 half t upon t half. Now from the given data, we need to find the amount of percentage which is left after 5 half-life. So in this case, what we are given is this time t is equal to 5 times t half. Okay, so if we substitute this value t equal to 5 t half, here what we get is which is n0 half raised to, instead of t we write 5 t half, 5 times t half upon t half. So t half will get cancelled out, so what we are left is, which is equal to n0 raised to 5, half raised to 5. So n is equal to, okay, n0, but 1 upon 2 is 1 upon 2 raised to 5 is actually 32. Okay, 2 raised to 5 is 32. So what we are get is n equal to n into 1 upon, so this is 1 upon 2 is 30, 1 upon 2 raised to 5 is 32. So we get this 32. So now we are interested, I am writing it here. So what you are getting is n upon n0 is 1 upon 32. To get the percentage, we just multiply by 100. So if you calculate this, we get this as 3.12 around 5 percentage. So this D is the answer. Okay, so first what we did, we just calculated n upon n0, we got 1 upon 32. So to calculate the percentage, we multiply by 100 and we get this as 3.125%. okay, next is question number 7. Beta rays emitted by a radioactive material are: number 1, electromagnetic radiation; number 2, electrons orbiting around the nucleus; number 3, charged particles emitted by nucleus; and number 4, neutral particles. Now see the first option, electromagnetic radiation. Beta rays are not electromagnetic radiations, gamma rays are actually electromagnetic radiations, so this option is incorrect. Second option, on electrons orbiting around the nucleus. Okay, now see the third option. Okay, we first go to the third option. It is given charged particles emitted by the nucleus. So see, whenever the nucleus is unstable, when it becomes unstable, okay, when the nucleus becomes unstable, it emits beta rays, alpha, beta and gamma. And beta rays can be of two types. They can be beta plus or they can be beta minus. When the nucleus has a excess number of neutrons, it emits beta minus radiation. Okay, when the nucleus has excess number of protons, it emits beta plus. Now beta minus is electron and beta plus is positron. Okay, now so this option is correct. Now we come to B, electrons orbiting around the nucleus. So nothing goes from the orbiting in the nucleus, does not gives out electrons from its shell. Okay, so this option is incorrect. Whatever coming out radiation is coming from the nucleus, not outside the nucleus. And the fourth option is also incorrect. It is not neutral particles. It can have a positive charge, which is positron, or negative charge, which is electron. Okay, so option 3 is the correct answer. Next is question number 8. Alpha rays emitted from a radioactive substance are negative charge particles, ionized hydrogen nuclei, doubly ionized helium atom, or number 4, uncharged particles having the mass equal to proton. Now see, alpha rays, okay, they are same as helium nuclei, okay, only helium nucleus. So helium nucleus, it contains 2 protons and 2 neutrons, okay, and a simple helium nucleus, it contains the nucleus as well as there are 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so when alpha rays are emitted, only this nucleus comes out. Okay, so why this answer is correct. See, why do we call it doubly ionized? Because in that case, when the alpha particle is coming out, this electrons are not coming out. Okay, these electrons are not there. Okay, only the nucleus is there. So this nucleus is doubly ionized because it is stripped of the electrons. So 2 electrons have gone. So when 2 electrons have gone, it is doubly ionized. So alpha rays emitted are doubly ionized helium atom. Okay students, that's all for today's session. So whatever problems we have done, you do it. Okay, just by watching the videos you won't understand. You must go through each and every problems carefully. Okay, also refer the books. Okay, so all the best. Thanks for watching the videos.